Today we're going to talk about a couple types of sketching. We'll start with isometric sketching. Isometric sketching, you can kind of think of it in 4 steps, and so we'll run through that really quick. These sketches are going to be of a project I call Block It. It's an optional project. It has different criteria than Cubit, and you'll have the option to put these sketches later in a CAD drawing and print this project off yourself if you desire. Anyway, so let's run through these sequence really quick with these blocks. So the first thing is you have to select a view, and you call one view front, and if I choose this as the front, then this one automatically becomes the right because it's to the right of it. You need to pick a front, and this one becomes a right, and then this one would become the top view. So that's why this is labeled as it is on this diagram right there. So what you need to do is first select what you want to call the front, and then the others are called right and top. And you select the front kind of because it's the best view. Somehow it's most descriptive of the item you're drawing, so it can be rather subjective. But after you've done that, you want to do some construction lines, and I've done that here. You lightly draw what you wouldn't draw in top and right and those labels. That's just for the benefit of the example. But you lightly draw in the box, and those are called construction lines. And then over here, you can still see some of my construction lines, but I've darkened what we call the object lines. And after I've darkened it, then I actually shade it. And what I choose to do on mine is I shade my front view a little darker than my right view, and I choose not to darken the top, shade the top at all. So that's how this goes. So this is an isometric completed one of this object, and you can see how they're similar. Obviously this is technically the front view, but we get to see it kind of laid out pretty well. You can get a pretty good idea what that piece looks like. Here's some different pieces I've drawn. Another one. This one was difficult. I couldn't decide which one to call front, but I went with, said that's front, and so that's why the drawing is like that. Over here, I have one laid down so you can see what I chose as the front, and it's drawing. Likewise, this kind of L-shaped one. And then we have a smaller L-shaped one. And the last one I'm actually going to draw really quick, and I've set it up a little bit. I've kind of decided what a couple spots to start from are, but I'll quickly draw that now. So, as I go to draw, I decided this was the front. And so I kind of tilted it like this, and I found the top parts here. And now I tend to draw little dots to try and figure out where I'm at, but I'll go ahead and just draw this top, and I might be a little, it's highly likely I'm going to mess up. This one's going to come down one, it's got to come over one. Sometimes I sketch kind of the box so I know where I'm at, but this kind of goes like that. Now I've got 1, 2. So I'm going to go, what I've decided is 1, 2. Then it actually is going to come into a vertical. And then I've got one over here. So now I have a vertical there. Now, the only thing I have left really, and it's kind of there, but there's actually, if you look at this right here, there is a line there, and there is a line there. So now I'm really done. I'm going to go ahead and kind of clean up my lines a little bit. These are my object lines. I don't want to erase my construction lines, but I can clean these up a little bit. And now what I've done in the past is I'm going to follow the same convention. I've decided I'll shade just by using a light horizontal line, that right side like that. This technically is another right side right down here. So I'll shade it the same stroke pattern I did that one. And that's all of my right side. So now I do have a front, and what I've decided to do, and I'm not a very good shader, so lots of you will be way better at this than I am, but I've decided to do my fronts with kind of a, I guess you call it a cross hash or something like that. And now I'm done with that piece. This was the front. It kind of ends up looking a whole lot the same, hopefully. I can tell that it's too long, one hot, two in this spot. Anyway, that's a done piece. And that's basically what you want an isometric sketch to look like.